from a job with a death every 27 days to one with an insane fatality. Rate of 1 in 8. These are 10 of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Number 10. Lumberjack. You may have had this career path on your mind when you were younger, but if you did, I'm sure it was more about chopping down trees and building houses rather than dying in freak chainsaw accidents. It's just what comes to mind when you think about someone going into the woods with an axe or a chainsaw. They're going to chop down some trees, right? But being a lumberjack isn't all it's cut out to be, pun intended. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, lumberjacks have a 1 in 27 chance of dying at work. This equates to roughly 4 deaths per 100,000 workers. And the leading cause of death in this field is being crushed by trees or getting caught in chainsaws. But something way more mundane, falling off of logs. No, 9 fish harvester. You may have heard of the legend of the Kraken, a giant sea monster said to dwell off the coasts of Norway and Sweden. The beast was rumored to be able to wrap its tentacles around ships and drag them down into the depths of the ocean. And while the Kraken may not be real, the dangers faced by those who go to sea harvesting fish certainly are. Fishermen face drowning, injuries from heavy equipment, rough seas, and getting lost at sea. Being a commercial fisherman is one of the deadliest jobs in the United States, with a fatality rate of 1 in 143. When you consider that the U.S. Coast Guard has reported that only 1 in 20 commercial fishing vessels are ever inspected, it's no wonder why. Number 8. Airplane pilot. Ever wondered why airplanes have black boxes? It's because they're virtually indestructible and can withstand the harshest conditions. If the plane crashes, they record the flight data and transmit it for over an hour after the crash. This helps investigators determine what went wrong. In the case of Malaysia Airlines Flight 17, the black box was instrumental in determining that the plane was shot down by a surface-to-air missile over Ukraine. While modern technology has made flying safer than ever before, the risk is still present. There's an estimated 1 in 218,000 chance of dying as a passenger on an airplane. However, pilots face a much higher risk. A study conducted by the Journal of Occupational and Environmental Medicine found that airline pilots had a significantly higher risk of cardiovascular disease and cancer. The reason? Long periods of time spent away from family, lack of sleep, stress, and irregular eating habits. While we may never know what really brought down Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370, we do know that the pilots were likely doing everything they could to save their passengers. Number 7. Construction worker. The next time you look up at a skyscraper or a bridge, take a moment to appreciate the hard work of construction workers. These individuals put their lives on the line every day to build the structures that we take for granted. It's a dangerous job. There are approximately 16 construction worker fatalities per 100,000 workers. That means that every year nearly 1,000 construction workers lose their lives on the job. Falls from heights are the leading cause of death, followed by being struck by an object and electrocution. On top of that, the physically demanding work and exposure to extreme weather conditions can take a toll on the body. Some of the non-fatal injuries include sprains, strains, cuts, bruises, broken bones, and hearing loss. So next time you see a construction worker, be sure to give him or her a thumbs up for keeping our cities growing and thriving. Number 6. Farmer. Did you know that farming is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world?
Yep.
It's true. In fact, farmers are 3 times more likely to die on the job than workers in any other industry. And let's just say it, working on a farm isn't exactly what you would call relaxing. Farmers face many dangerous situations on a daily basis, such as operating heavy machinery, working with dangerous animals, and handling hazardous chemicals. It's no wonder that the fatality rate for farmers is so high. In fact, according to the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, there are approximately 300 fatal farm accidents in the United States each year. So if you know a farmer, be sure to thank them for their hard work and pray that they come home safely. Number 5. Firefighter. Do you remember the children's song, the fireman song? Well, the lyrics talk about how brave firefighters are and how they put their lives on the line to save others. Well, the song is actually true. Firefighters are some of the bravest people that we know, and they do put their lives on the line every time they respond to a fire or other emergency. The risk that firefighters face is clear when you look at the statistics. According to the International Association of Firefighters, on average, a firefighter dies every 6 days in the United States from injuries received on the job. That's one firefighter death every 27 days. These brave men and women run into burning buildings and dangerous situations without hesitation. And they do it to save lives and protect property. No. 4. Miner. Working in a mine is one of the most dangerous jobs in the world. Miners are constantly at risk of serious injury or death from cave-ins, explosions, and other accidents. Not only that, but miners also face long-term health risks from exposure to dust, gas, and other hazardous materials. Despite these dangers, miners are essential to our society. They extract the resources that we need to build our homes, power our cars, and drive our economy. In the United States, mining is one of the deadliest jobs. The fatality rate of 1 in 138 workers. That means that every year, more than 60 coal miners lose their lives on the job. The United States has seen its share of deadly mining disasters, such as the Upper Big Branch mine explosion in West Virginia in 2010, which killed 29 miners. Despite these tragedies, miners continue to put their lives on the line to provide us with the resources we need. No. 3. Roof installer and repairer. Roofing might seem like a straightforward job, but it's actually extremely dangerous. Roofs are often slippery, which makes it easy to fall. And if you fall from a roof, you're likely to be seriously injured. Not to mention, roofers also work in all kinds of weather, which can make the job even more dangerous. Add to that the fact that roofers often have to work with sharp tools, and you have a recipe for disaster. But despite the danger, someone has to do it. Roofs don't install themselves. And when a roof starts to leak, it's not going to fix itself. It's estimated that 1 in 11 roofers will be killed on the job. That's a pretty scary statistic. But the truth is, these men and women put their lives on the line every day to keep our homes and businesses safe from the elements. Number 2, aircraft and missile production worker. Imagine working on a tight deadline to build a complex piece of machinery that could literally mean the difference between life and death. That's the reality for aircraft and missile production workers who play a vital role in the defense and aerospace industries. These workers must be extremely precise and careful when carrying out their tasks, as any mistake could have disastrous consequences. But it's not just the potential for human error that makes this job dangerous. Aircraft and missile production workers also face the risk of exposure to hazardous materials, loud noises, and dangerous machinery. Despite the risks, these workers are essential to our national security and way of life. Their hard work and dedication ensure that our military personnel have the tools they need to do their jobs effectively. Number 1, logging worker. If you thought lumberjack was dangerous, then hold on to your helmets because logging worker is a whole different ballgame. We're talking about those brave souls who head into the forest with nothing but a chainsaw and a prayer to wrestle giant trees to the ground. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, logging workers have a 1 in 8 chance of dying on the job. That's 1 worker lost for every 84 hours worked. What's even scarier is that these workers are 8 times more likely to die on the job than the average American worker. So what exactly is it about logging that makes it so dangerous? Well, these workers are basically battling Mother Nature herself. They're dealing with heavy equipment, slippery terrain, and unpredictable weather conditions. Plus, if a tree falls on you, it doesn't matter how many axes you have handy, you're probably not going to survive that. Now, check out what is the deadliest month for a man, or watch. Top 10 most dangerous places in America.